What's up, Bulldogs? It's your boys, back with another news.
And we're back from spring break.
Ooh, I'm about to leave.
Too bad. Never mind, April Fools.
Bro, don't mess with the senioritis.
Well then, let's go to Demian, Jose, and Ethan talking about senioritises. That's
Senioritis?
How's it going, Bulldogs? It's Ethan. And I'm Jose, and we got D2 Blends behind the camera. And today we're discussing senioritis.
With 2 months left of school, this is where the slacking off starts.
And to help avoid that, we give you some tips and tricks on how to fight it.
For our first tip, think about prom and grad night. These are important senior events that you wouldn't want to miss because you decided to ditch and not show up.
Don't be those kids. Got some embarrassed.
Embarrassing!
For our second tip, just enjoy the last couple weeks of high school.
This is the last time you'll be around the kids you are around now, so just make the most memories you can with them.
And if you don't have friends... And for our last tip, do yourself a favor and just thug it out. Go to class, get good grades, because these are going to be the easiest classes that you're going to have in a while.
And that's the end. Thank you for your time, Bulldogs.
So please come to school, seniors.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys on the next one, Bulldogs. No, we're not.
That's good.
Wow, you guys got to keep your grades up for graduation.
Yeah. Bulldogs, we gotta be prepared for finals. Let's go to Leah and Presley for preparing for finals for underclassmen.
What's up, Bulldogs?
It's Presley
And Leah. And for today's segment, we're going to be asking our seniors for useful tips and tricks for studying for finals.
As we get closer to the end of the year, our test load is getting bigger and bigger. We wanted to ask our upperclassmen for advice on finals to hopefully help you prepare for the end of the year. Now that you're all cut up, let's get on to the interviews.
I'm here with Anila.
Okay, so what advice do you have for the underclassmen now that the end of the year is coming up?
Some advice is to just keep up with your work. Try not to fall behind because it's harder to get back on track at the end of the year.
Just don't be afraid to have fun. Like a lot of underclassmen just want to coast through high school. They just want to get out as fast as they can. While you're here, make it your own. Don't be afraid to participate.
What are some tips that you have to study for finals?
Some tips I have is to just time manage your studying.
Ultimately, I mean, you got to keep up on your classwork because long-term knowledge is going to make it easiest to pass your final. But what's always worked for me the best in the past is studying in I'll study for an hour and then I'll just take a 20-minute break.
To study for finals, I'd say just make a schedule for when you want to do work.
What tips do you have for the underclassmen to prepare for upcoming years?
Do as much as you can academically in your first couple of years because your senior year and your junior year are very stressful years. And the easier you can make that on yourself by doing more in your first 2 years it's important.
All right, Bulldogs.
You heard it here first. Make sure you guys prepare for these big end-of-the-year tests. We hope these pieces of advice can help you guys effectively prepare for the year to end.
Be sure not to forget to take breaks to not burn yourself out. We know now that the end of the year is coming up quickly, so be sure to stay on top of your work. That's all we have for you today, Bulldogs.
Thank you to Leah and Presley. Bulldogs, be prepared for finals and lock in for finals.
Social media platforms have been dealing with a lot of scams recently, like TikTok. Let's go talk to Jonathan, Simon, and Luke about TikTok ads.
If you're not living under a rock, then you have used or heard of TikTok. But have you wondered if the TikTok shop was actually a scam? TikTok shop is also well known for its cheap products, and it's almost too good to be true advertising. Although some items that seem too good to be true or may seem fake, a majority of the items are actually true to their word. Or wondering what we mean by scam? Well, let's just let Jonathan explain that one.
In terms of scam, the item not being shipped is a prime example of this, or an entirely different item being shipped instead. These tactics are commonly used on TikTok Shop. False advertising, too good to be true prices, anything to reel in the customer and get their money. The statistics show that 60% of TikTok users encounter a scam weekly, and 15% become victims of those scams. Signs to look out for is if the price is too low. This is usually a sign of a quick cash grab and you won't get what you actually ordered. If it's too good to be true, then it most likely is. You can avoid this by shopping on verified websites. Sometimes being a cheapskate doesn't pay off, so keep these scammers out of your pockets. Anyways, that's all for today's segment. Let's get back to our anchors, and I hope I taught you how to keep those scammers out of your pockets.
To be honest, I don't use TikTok that much. I only use like Instagram and Twitter.
Yeah, I don't use any social media. I hold the belief that it's really bad for us.
Yeah, but it introduces me of music.
Well, speaking of music, let's see what's happening with music this week with Julia, Dylan, and Genesis.
Life can be so mundane when you live in silence. And to help fix this, we have music to keep us up and going. Let's talk about some new releases and trending songs to add to your playlist.
In the past couple of weeks, we've had releases from so many artists, including Ariana Grande, with a new deluxe version of her album Eternal Sunshine, featuring 5 new tracks and an extended version of the album's intro.
Playboi Carti released his long-anticipated album, I Am Music, which includes 34 tracks with features like Travis Scott, The Weeknd, and Kendrick Lamar.
We can't talk about every new song that's recently been released. So to wrap up some of the many releases, we have David, who released 4 pre-release tracks for his upcoming album Withered. One of these tracks featuring Kali Uchis, who released a pre-release track of her own titled Sunshine and Rain for her upcoming album titled Sincerely, which is set to include 14 new tracks in total.
We can't forget about Drake,
Baby girl!
whose music video for the song Nokia just dropped and is rising the charts with his collaboration from Party Next Door.
As of filming this, the top 5 songs on the Billboard Hot 100 chart are
Luther by Kendrick Lamar and SZA,
Die With a Smile by Bruno Mars and Lady Gaga,
A Bar Song by Shabuzi,
Just In Case by Morgan Wallen.
and A Pink Pony Club by Chaparral Roan.
With so many new and trending songs, you never have to do your homework in silence.
Check out some new music, step out of your comfort zone, and broaden your music library.
That's all the music we have for you today, Bulldogs. See you next time.
Nice job, guys. Good to know what's happening to music right now.
Hey, Tyler, do you like history?
Yes, I do.
Huh. Well, let's go check out Bo Jackson and find out what he did.
What's up, Bulldogs? Today, we're going to be talking about Bo Jackson and why people should think he's important till this day, even if they're not playing sports.
And let's get to it right now. Bo Jackson, born Vincent Edward Jackson on November 30th, 1962.
Bo Jackson went to McDory High School. In McDory High School, Bo Jackson was a multi-sport star, winning 2 state champions, setting the state record in track and field, and excelling in football and baseball. He was drafted by the New York Yankees, but instead chose to attend an unborn university on a football scholarship because he promised his mom that he would be the first one in the family to attend a major college. After college, Bo Jackson pursued a professional career in both football and baseball, playing in the NFL with the Los Angeles Raiders and the MLB, Kansas City Royals, Chicago White Sox, and Los Angeles Angels.
Bo Jackson suffered a hip injury which caused his NFL and MLB career to be over. Bo Jackson's career-ending hip injury dislocated a fracture sustained during a 1991 playoff game, led to a condition where blood supply to the bone is disrupted, ultimately requiring a hip replacement.
Bo Jackson is important to remember because of his rare and remarkable achievements as a 2-sport athlete, becoming the only professional to be named an all-star in both Major League Baseball and National Football League.
All right, Bulldogs, that's the end of our segment.
On why Bo Jackson's legacy is still important till this day. We'll be back.
You gotta get on it, man. Learn a different language.
I'm honored.
It's not a different language.
Noodle arms.
Okay. Despite how much COVID was terrible for some of us, some students actually preferred it to traditional school. Lux, Alex, and Kylan are going to go over some of the pros and cons of each.
What's up, Bulldogs? I'm Kylan.
And I'm Lux.
And today we're going to be talking about traditional learning versus online.
First, we are going to be talking about technology.
Some students can access lessons from anywhere at any time, and this can be great for students who have extracurricular activities or just a busy schedule. Online platforms often offer adaptive learning platforms and learning tools, allowing students to work at their own pace and focus on other subjects where they need to improve. Students can take courses and access resources that may not be available locally, such as specialized subjects and advanced classes. Online learning can prepare students for the digital world, enhancing their technical skills, which can be important in the job market.
Okay, now we are going to talk about the traditional classroom learning. Traditional learning, you can have a direct access with a qualified teacher. You can also gain a bond, which you can't have online.
Classroom settings can help students with their social interactions, which can help students with communication skills and teamwork.
Some classes require hands-on experience, such as science, foreign languages, and physical education. Traditional classrooms offer a more structured environment, which helps students stay focused and learn better.
In-person learning reduces distractions that come with online platforms such as social media, gaming, and multitasking. Okay, now that we laid down this information, what do you think is better, online or traditional learning?
So, are you a drama kid?
Yep.
Do you feel appreciated?
You know, Tyler? No. No. I don't feel appreciated. Everyone makes fun of the drama kids. They say we're weird. They say we're strange. They call us things that I can't say on a PG film. They don't get us. They don't like us. They don't.
Liam,
Chill. My bad, Jit. Let's go talk to Julie and Susie about appreciating the arts.
There is something in life that's so big in front of us, but we acknowledge so little: the arts.
The arts are a part of a human activity and culture that encompasses expression. They come in many shapes and forms. They are such an important part of our lives that many of us overlook. The creative arts come from a passion or a drive to do something. Literature, theater, culinary, music, visual, and dance. The arts are so important, being a part of our history and culture. Art tells stories and it brings people together as a community.
It's a statue that really shows how confident and strong the Greeks felt right after the end of the war with the Persians.
With the rise of AI and modernization, our art and history gets erased. A robot can't express feelings within a painting like a human can. Whether you indulge in performance or not, take a moment to enjoy the art that people have created. Look at a museum. Look at ancient statues. Learn empathy through paintings. The sole purpose of art is to influence and relate to those next to you. So think before you use ChatGPT to draw something. Wonder, could a human have done it better?
Well, Bulldogs, that's it for this week.
Arnold will be back.
Indeed, Tyler.
Arnold!
Indeed, Arnold. Indeed.
Well, Bulldogs.
I know it.
You know it.
It has to happen.
It's our signature.
So...